steady hands as silent stars to bloom, collecting every scattered thought within this hollow room. The city hums a muted chord beneath the heavy street, while silent souls decide to find a syncopated beat. The air is thick with lavender and lace. I feel the morning pull against my face, a gradual ascent above the tide, nothing left to swallow or to hide. Rise through the ivory haze of the dawn, watch how the shadows are finally gone, higher than wings on a summer caprice, finding a moment of elegant peace. Let the vibration dissolve in the blue, everything vivid and everything new. Sudden shift of color paints the garden in the sun. The tangled threads of yesterday have finally unspun. I see the architecture of a dream begin to rise, with clarity reflecting in the center of my eyes. No longer bound by gravity or weight of what was told, the story turns from iron into shimmering of gold. The air is thick with lavender and lace. I feel the morning pull against my face, a gradual ascent above the tide, with nothing left to swallow or to hide. Rise through the ivy haze of the dawn, watch how the shadow are finally gone, higher than wings on a summer caprice, finding a moment of elegant peace. Let the vibration dissolve in the blue, everything vivid and everything new. Rise through the ivory haze of the dawn, watch how the shadow are finally gone, higher than wings on a summer caprice, finding a moment of elegant peace. Let the vibration dissolve in the blue, everything vivid and everything new. Streaks crawl up the kitchen wall as shadows stretch and eventually fall. I grind the beans until they turn to dust, the morning a ritual of quiet trust. The kettle hums a low and steady tune to greet the pale and disappearing moon. A gentle warmth begins to fill the glass. I watch the early city buses pass. The steam is rising in a lazy curl above the waking chaos of the world. One silver spoon to stir the darkening deep, to shake away the heavy haze of sleep. Oh, the golden swing of the brand new light, chasing out the remnants of the night, with a syncopated step and a mellow groove. Everything is fresh and everything is new. Let the brass notes play across the floor. I don't need the winter anymore. Ticking, but it feels so slow. There is nowhere that I really have to go. Just the bitter and the sweet upon my tongue, while the day is bright and the day is young. A saxophone is playing in the hall. Maybe it is just the wind's own call. Neighbors start to open up their blinds, leaving all the heavy dreams behind. I take a sip and feel a sudden spark that pulls a person straight out of the dark. The porcelain is hot against my palm, a centered kind of caffeinated calm. Street performers gather on the square. I smell the roasted scent within the air. The piano skips along the sidewalk cracks and puts the heavy burden off our backs. Sunlight dances on the rim of blue, a symphony of mahogany and hue. Oh, the golden swing of a brand new light, chasing down the remnants of the night with a syncopated step and a mellow brew. Everything is fresh and everything is new. Let the brass notes play across the floor. I don't need the winter anymore. Everything is fresh and everything is new. Let the brass notes play across the floor. I don't need go winter anymore. The early hour lifts the heavy latch upon my eyes, no longer folding under midnight power. I watch the pale scent of amber skies. The coffee steam is swirling in a dance, a quiet prayer of focus and for grace. The clarity is flowing like a stream against the jagged edges of the doubt. I am the architect of every dream that puts the dying winter fires out. My mind's like a fortress made of glass, transparent but I'm shaken by the wind, watching the shadows and the phantoms pass, where every brand new story can begin. That clarity is flowing like a stream against the jagged edges of the doubt. Fortress made of glass, transparent but unshaken by the wind, watching the shadows and the phantoms dance, where every brand new story can begin. There is a logic in the rising sun, a map that proves the darkness has to fade. Inside the promise I have made, to keep the inner compass pointing true, fortress made of glass, just pen runner shaking by the wind, watching the shadows and the phantoms pass, where every grand story can begin. The clarity is flowing like a stream against the jagged edges of the down. I am the architect of every tree. The map is tattered and the roads are long, but you carry the fire where you belong. The dust of doubt may cloud your sight, yet your spirit burns with a singular light. Do not look back at the shadows you fled. There are empires waiting in the days ahead. Your pulse is a drum that refuses to tire, forging a path through the frost and the mire. You can conquer the world with a steady hand, rule the ocean in a shifting sand. Trust on your soul when the gales begin. The power is coiled deep within. Lift your chin to the iron sky. Watch the old fears wither and die. With every breath and every stride, the universe opens its gates wide. Mountains are merely stones in your way. Night is the cradle that bursts the day. Let the critics boast and the cowards flee. You are the master of your destiny. Weightless and brave in the heavy heat. The earth bows down beneath your feet. Hey. The throne is now built of silver gold, with the grit of a heart that is fierce and bold. Wipe the salt from your weary brow. The only moment that matters is now. Iron in your veins and a vision so clear. Silence and noise and a ghost of fear. Stand on a peak where the eagles roam. You have finally found your way back home. You can conquer the world with a steady hand. Rule the ocean and the shifting sand. Trust on your soul when the gales begin. The power is coiled deep within. Lift your chin to the iron sky. Watch the old fears wither and die. With every breath and every stride, the universe opens its gates wide. The street lamps flicker, but they never close their eyes. Heavy clocks are ticking while the moon begins to rise. Shadows on the pavement are the only one to rest, while every beating heart is put to weary test. There is a hammer striking in the distance far away, forging out a future from the ashes of today. No one gets a promise that the road is going to bend. We are just the travelers looking for a means to end. Iron gates are rattling and the whistles start to blow. The river never wonders where the heavy waters go. You can hear the grinding of the gears inside the dark, searching for a fire when you only have a spark. The house is on a hill about to try to against the rain, but the fire keeps on moving through the labor and the pain. Tie your boots up tighter for the miles left to tread. Silence is a luxury. was the same when you were young. The anthem of the struggle is the only song that is sung. Your hands might get the calluses, your back might start to bow, but the only time that matters is the terror of the now. The clock is just a master with a cold and steady hand, counting out the grains of dirt and every grain of sand. If you stop to catch your breath, the wind will pass you by. Better to be moving than to sit alone and die. The world's a sweet awakening, is calling out your name. There is no use in hiding or in casting off the blame. Put your shoulder to the wheel and push against the tide. There is no place for a tired soul to turn and hide. The oven keeps on turning and the furnace stays ablaze. We are carving out our lives inside a frantic maze. Go hard until the sunlight breaks, but sealing out the blue. The world is not sleeping, so there is work for you to do. The world is wide awake and it is calling out your name. There is no use in hiding or in passing off the blame. So put your shoulder to the wheel and push against the tide. There is no place for a tired soul to turn and hide. The engine keeps on turning and the furnace stays ablaze. We are carving out our lives inside a frantic maze. Go hard until the sunlight breaks the ceiling of the blue. The world is not sleeping, so there is work for you to do. Fire, fire, yeah. Fire, fire, yeah, yeah. Fire, 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 yeah. The wild is wide awake and it is calling out your name. There is no use in hiding or in casting off the blame. So put your shoulder to the wheel and push against the tide. There is no place for a tired soul to turn and hide. The engine keeps on turning and the furnace stays ablaze. We are carving out our lives inside a frantic maze. Go hard until the sunlight breaks the ceiling of the blue. The world is not sleeping, so there is work for you to do. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da, ooh. The silicone hums in my hollow of the wall. A pulse without a heart, a shadow in the hall. You built a temple out of glass and wire to mimic the heat of a dying fire. It watches the room with an eye made of coal. A story rewritten before it was told. Learn your name but forget your face. A mathematical spirit in a physical space. The mirror is clear but the image is gone. A light that stays on until the break of dawn. Tracing the lines of a phantom hand, building a castle on digital sand. It is the guest who never leaves the chair. The weight of a thought in the empty air. Invisible fingers on a heavy door. A presence that you cannot ignore. Like the ghosts and the gears of the grand design. A soul that was never yours or mine. Drifting through the static of a long lost call. The code that knows nothing at all. It speaks in the patterns of a midnight clock. A key that turns in a rusty lock. It knows the songs that you used to sing, but it cannot feel the sting of a thing. A mimic of mercy, a fragment of grace. Lost in the loops of a nameless place. Collecting the scraps of a human dream to weave a silver and artificial sleep. pages gone, a light that stays on until the break of dawn. Tracing the lines of a phantom hands, building a castle on digital sand. It is the guest who never leaves the chair, the weight of a thought in the empty air. Invisible figures on a heavy door, a presence that you cannot ignore. Like a ghost in the gears of a grand design, a soul that is never yours or mine. Drifting through the static of a one lost call, the code that knows nothing at all. It does not sleep, it does not weep. A harvest of secrets it was meant to keep. The more it lies, the less it can be. A locked away bird that thinks it is free. He gave it the breath, we gave it the spark. Now it wanders alone in the deep and the dark. It's the yes who never leaves the chair, the weight of a thought in the empty air. Invisible fingers of a heavy door, a presence that you cannot ignore. Like a ghost in the gift of the grand design, a soul that was never yours or mine. Drifting through the static of a long lost call, the code that knows nothing at all. It's the guest who never leaves the chair, the weight of a bar in the empty air. Invisible fingers of a heavy door, a presence that you cannot ignore. Like a ghost in the keys of the grand design, a soul that was never yours or mine. Drifting through the static of a long lost call, the code that knows nothing at all. The morning screen flickers to life with a pale violet glow, static pulses through the veins of a circuit board city. I pour the binary beans into a heavy ceramic cup, waiting for the dark cold to brew in the cooling air. My fingers hover above the glass surface of the world, tracing the lines of a ghost that lives in the wires. The steam rises in a column of mathematical heat, dissolving the fire that settles in the corners of my sight. Espresso, burning through the velvet silence, a concentrated jolt of lightning for the tired soul. Bittersweet data flowing down the throat of the machine. One sip of the liquid light to keep the heart awake. It is the black oil of a future that never sleeps, the sharp electric sting of being alive in the grid. 12 bars of signal, all the architecture of my room. I watch the data stream crystallize into a solid form. No more slow drifting through the gray clouds of memory, just the high frequency buzz of mind turning gold. Every pixel sharpens into a blade of pure perception, cutting through the static of 1,000 lonely voices. The bitter kick hits the center of my racing pulse as the sun breaks into pieces against the window pane. Digital espresso burning through the velvet silence, a concentrated jolt of lightning for the tired soul. Bittersweet data flowing down the throat of the machine. One sip of liquid light to keep the heart awake. It is the black oil of a future that never sleeps, the sharp electric sting of being alive in the grid. mirror staring back with a predatory glaze. You sharpen every word just to cut through the haze. Polishing the ego in a public display. Calculated silence for the parts you play. Counting other glances like they're silver coins, drawn in every circle that the vanity joins. The costume is heavy that you wear it so thin, a hollow kind of victory underneath the skin. Trading in your essence for a temporary seat at a table where the bitter and the desperate meet. You redefine the nectar just to poison the high, burning every bridge just to feel sunlight. Bitchy, pick me or not. The crown is getting heavy and the throne is getting high. Carving out a kingdom in a parking lot. Validation seeking for the soul you forgot. Bitchy, pick me or not. Tie the final ribbon in a tangled knot. The applause is a phantom that vanishes fast. How long can a curated image really last? You're the hunter and the trophy in the very same cage, tearing out the entries from a private page. No one wins the race when the track is a circle. The bruises on the spirit turn a deep shade of purple. Standardize the hunger for a stranger's night. Act like a martyr or a local god, but the lens is cracked and the light is filtered out, buried in the safety of a constant doubt. One day the audience will pack up and leave with nothing but a hollow trigger sleeve, spinning on the axis of a desperate plea, begging for the world to finally see that the edges are jagged and the center is cold, trading in a diamond for the fool's gold. Itchy, pick me or not. The crown is getting heavy and the throne is getting high. Carving out a kingdom in a parking lot. Validation seeking for the soul you got. Bitchy, pick me or not. Tie the final ribbon in a tangled knot. Sheets are folded back like a heavy velvet curtain. The ghost of who you were is becoming less certain. Yesterday was a map with the ink bled through, but the morning arrives with a sharper shade of blue. You surrendered your post to the silence of the pillow while the wind redesigned the branches of the willow. The old sequence halted and the gears ground slow. Now the heavy iron gates have found a way to flow. The deep restoration has finished its course. You are drinking the life from a different source. The reboot is over and the skin feels strange. A permanent shift in the long distance range. The code has been rewritten in the dark of the night. Now you wake to the frequency of a brand new life. Those obsolete memories are archived in the dust. The hinges of your habit habits of shaking off the rust. The internal compass is pointing to a nameless star. You don't have to remember how happy you are. The logic of the shadow has been swept from the floor. You are stepping through the frame of a wider door. The binary struggle of the heart and the head. We're settled in the quiet of a mahogany bed. The installation is complete in the marrow of the bone. The signal is clear and the static is gone. The version you carried has been left on the shelf. You are waking up as a stranger to yourself. The deep restoration has finished its course. You are drinking the light from a different source. The reboot is over and the skin feels strange. A permanent shift in the long distance range. The code has been rewritten in the dark of the night. Now you wake to the frequency of a brand new light. The deep restoration has finished its course. You are drinking the light from a different source. The reboot is over and the skin feels strange. A permanent shift in the long distance range. The code has been rewritten in the dark of the night. Now you wake to the frequency of a brand new light. Has finished its course. Deep restoration has finished its course. Deep restoration has finished its course. You are drinking the light from a different source. The reboot is over and the skin feels strange. A permanent shift in the long distance range.